Everything is Craig's fault. We're just going to blame him for everything today. Okay. All right. Maybe I do need my glasses. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. For those of you who are here for the first time, Don't Jump is my now fictionalized memoir. We've changed it. No longer a novel. Owning my shit here. I thought that Gregory already said fuck, so okay. Which chronicles a woman's quest to find her place and purpose among sex, drugs, rock and roll, and celebrity. Ooh, some of you are hearing it for the first time. Okay. And some of you are hearing it for the second time. Andy, a 30-something rock promoter in New York in the mid-'80s, is trying to figure out how the hell to nail Vinny, the almost famous pizza boy toy of the exceedingly famous Pandora Amora, whom Lola, a renowned psychic, informed her she is one day to marry. After one of Andy's trusted gal pals blabs the news to Vinny, he understandably freaks out and makes clear she's not his type. His behavior, however, indicates otherwise. Well, I'm going to get to do a whole reading without my glasses, because I'm usually doing this, right, Julie? I'm usually doing this, and I think I get to do this without my glasses. I feel so young. I've spent almost my... Stop laughing, Myrna. No, laugh, please laugh. No, laugh. What am I saying? I've spent almost my entire adult life trying to lose the same 10 pounds. At times I've been successful, but not for long. My body seems to... You're laughing. Yeah, I know. We can relate, right? My body seems to always drift back to its comfort zone. At least 5 pounds more than I'd like, and closer to 20 pounds more than any actress my height. I've been on every diet, worked out doing every conceivable kind of exercise, and still can't look at my naked body in the mirror without getting queasy. Except for that couple of days in the summer of 1989. Comparing myself to Pandora was a friggin' nightmare. With personal trainers, cooks, all the resources known to womankind at her fingertips, she had a killer body. I knew she worked hard for it, but despite the workouts and plastic surgery, there was no denying she'd been blessed. I was determined not to be the chunky one. I wasn't fat per se, not in the real world kind of way, but in the land of rock boys and rock girls, I was enormous. At least that was my perception. I had hips, boobs, thighs, and a butt. A big, old butt. Although I've been working out for years, I often ate more than any treadmill could compensate for. One night at Rock Bar, while being rushed by yet another unavailable dig dog musician, I overheard him calling me the face. The implication being that I was attractive from the neck up. I was crushed. Snacking was my downfall. I could show some restraint at meals, but that hour right before bed, my defenses were non-existent. Actually, I could eat way too much at any time. I usually did. When I wasn't eating, I was thinking about what I wanted to eat next. I've spent more than half my life planning meals, eating, and then feeling guilty about it. I don't know if I can really see without my glasses. I've made rules and plans and never stick to them. Dieting constantly and failing. If not for my daily workouts, I could have given John Goodman a run for his money. Usually within 10 pounds of my target weight, I fluctuated day by day, hour by hour, and weighed myself incessantly. There was no deterrent powerful enough to rid me of my single-minded, all-consuming passion for eating. Except Vinny. There was also always the ever-present reminder of Pandora, sleek, fit, and chicer than shit. Only seeing her in magazines and movies, she didn't know I existed, and yet I still imagined her mocking me. You think you're gonna get Vinny? You with the chunky thighs and big ass? Ha! Be gone, you have no power here. Real or imagined, there was a lot to live up to, for anyone, let alone a Jewish girl with big hips. Yeah, how the hell was I gonna compete with her? Signing up for Nutrisystem, I was determined to stick to it no matter what. That was just prior to the discovery that it could potentially eat one's liver. Hey, that's a counter to right there. For the first time in my life, I didn't cheat. I ate exactly what was allowed, and that was it. Not a single French fry passed my lips for weeks. Consuming so little fat, coupled with my insane workouts, exceeding 2 hours daily now, within 2 months, I'd lost 12 pounds and my period. Prioritizing, I continued, not realizing at the time that I was risking a vital organ and my ability to spawn. Yeah, it was worth it though, because for a few days in July of 1989, I was happy with my body. While handling the booking, PR, and publicity at Rock Bar, I juggled Eddie's band and a couple of others. And in the best interest of everything I was doing, I hit the clubs once Rock Bar closed for the night. I could network and shop my small roster. On Sundays, I'd often head over to IDO after work to chat up Billy, one of the owners, in hopes of romancing him into giving me a gig. One Sunday, a few weeks into my Nutrisystem plan, I celebrated by buying some really tight black jeans and a midriff top that allowed view of a few inches of my now flat, muscled tummy. Heading over to IDO, which was empty, I sat down at an overstuffed couch by the stage and decided to finish my Bud Light and head home. Through the blackness approached a dark-haired, leather-clad male figure with a familiar gait. As he neared the overhead bowl, there was no mistaking. It was him. There were no buffers. It was just us. Trying to downplay my terror, I took a sip of beer, missing my mouth almost completely. Smooth, Andy, smooth. Distracted, he didn't seem to notice. Plopping down on the couch, sitting very close, he whispered, "This place is dead. Let's get out of here." "You mean with me?" my mind screamed. Out of my mouth came other verbiage. "Sure, let's go. Where to? I live just a mile down from here." "Let's go to my place," Vincent said decisively, jumping up with a new energy. Grabbing my hand, he pulled me up with him, leading me to the door. Blindsided, the crazy thoughts wouldn't stay at bay. He doesn't find me attractive, yet he flirts with me all the time. Never making a move, he's always coming towards me. He's never asked me out, but now he's taking me home. What does he want with me? I really didn't care. I would have gone anywhere, done just about anything with him. I had mad passion for the boy. There was no logic in it. Self-conscious and feeling fat, we hopped a cab and sat close. I had no idea what was in store. Was this a date? Were we just going to go hang out? What was in his mind? It was Sunday night, the traffic was light, and within minutes we were at his place. The apartment was sparsely furnished, very bachelor looking. Some clothes and dishes were strewn about, with no rhyme or reason to the basic brown wood furnishings and warm green carpeting. The lighting was dim and yellow, with not much thought given to the mood. It was actually Frankie's place. Frankie owned a West Side dance club where Vinny bartended when he was in town. Older and soft-spoken, there were rumors that he was connected. There was something enticing yet terrifying about him. That night, thankfully, he was nowhere to be found. Vincent led me over to the couch on the far side of the room near the window. Playing host, he asked, "What can I get you to drink?" Could he hear my empty stomach growling? Asking for a glass of water, then another, I drank about 5 refills really quickly, hoping the quantity would fill me up and quiet me down. It did, but it also made me have to pee. I was too shy to ask where the bathroom was and too scared to leave the room and risk breaking the spell, lest he have time to think, come to his senses, and remember that he didn't like me that way. Rinsing dishes on the other side of the room in the small kitchenette, I had no idea what he was talking about. I was nodding at, I think, appropriate intervals, but my mind was screaming, "Holy shit!" After drying his hands, he picked up an expensive-looking camera, a gift from Pandora, perhaps, and aimed it squarely at me. Putting my hands up reflexively, I blocked my face. "Hey, stop that, you," he scolded. "Come on, let me take a few." As he began rearranging the lights, he filled me in on his new passion for photography. I barely heard a word he said. I couldn't have felt more self-conscious. I'd put on my makeup eons before, hadn't checked it in hours, and was sure that by now my mascara was smeared, my nose was shiny, and my lipstick gone. I turned away from him. Undaunted, he began snapping. Over my protests, he continued. Finally relenting, I realized that photos of me from the rear was a far worse idea. Trying to position myself on the couch to minimize the roll of flab I imagined was peeking out from over the top of my tight jeans, I tousled my hair with my fingers, hoping to create that just-out-of-bed Bardot look. yet somehow knowing I